Hi guys, good morning. Happy Monday, another week. I'm going to be showing you some beautiful beaded lace this morning. The sets that we are going to be creating, we're going to be using bugle beads, seed beads, crystals, and some gorgeous pearls as well. Not only are we going to make some lovely necklaces, there's a couple of adaptations of this that you can create as well. If I unwind this a sec, you can either create the full lace all the way around or just little strands. And I'm going to show you some gorgeous earrings as well. So we're going to make the earrings so that it's not too long, but it's the same technique for your necklaces as well. Good morning, Alicia. Morning, Jan, from a very damp Weston-super-Mare. It's a very damp Lincolnshire today as well. I think we've pretty much all got about the same, haven't we? Good morning, Linda, Paula, Helen, Mina. Morning, Joe. Hi, Diane. Morning, Sarah. I made one of these the other day, but not been able to put it on the group yet. Oh, that's good, Lucy. I'm glad that you are trying all your different techniques as well. We do have some beautiful kits this morning. I'm going to take you through because some of them are new colours as well, actually. So I'm going to take you through some of the kits. We also have a discount code today as well. So I will turn you around. We'll have a look at the iPad and I can give you those discount codes as well. So might as well get started. I've got over 100 of you already. Good grief. Is it going to be one of these busy days? Right, let's get going so that you can all see what we are doing. Helen says, morning, multitasking as usual, working and listening. Well done, Helen. Hope work's going okay. Rightio, so these are the beautiful kits that we have. So you can actually see... Oh, did you see we've got someone from New Zealand as well? Good morning, Alison from New Zealand. How's your weather over there? We are all very wet and soggy here in the UK. Yeah, Angela's saying not nice in Scotland either. Right, that's it. It's a day of beading today then, isn't it? Okay, so this is the beautiful beaded lace. As you can see, we're going to create these gorgeous little surrounds for our pearls. You can either make the necklaces with longer strands so that you have a simple beaded strand and your gorgeous features in the middle. Of course, if you were to do this, you're going to get a lot more out of your materials. If you are going to go for a bit more of a statement piece and a bit more of an involved make, let's open this one up, then you can see you can actually create the lace all the way around. Just straighten this one up. So of course you wouldn't get as much out of your set, but I think you'll agree it's well worth sacrificing a couple of necklaces because the gorgeous detail in them. I'm going to show you some of the colorways as well, and then we're going to make some lovely necklaces. This is the some earrings, sorry. This is the one that I'm going to be using today. Not my normal colour palette, but when I was looking through the kits that Kitty had sent me, this one just jumped out at me. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I'll pop this one up here so that you can see what we're going to be doing. I just thought it was a beautiful combination, and the colour of these bugles and seed beads I think is just lovely. I'm going to go through everything in a minute so that if you want to go and get the sets, then... of course you can, and I'll give you a nice close-up view of a lot of these as well. Let me just bring up the page because I want to get you the right colour names. So we have, let me go to Facebook tutorials. I'm going to show you the website in a moment as well. There is champagne, gold, orchid, or orchid, sorry. Orchid is the one that I am using. This is the white, so you're going to get beautiful silver-lined bugles and your Toho seed beads, as well as 2 strands of your pearls. So you could take this down more of a grey route, or of course your perfect cream pearls there, and a crystal rondelle. I think that's got an AB finish on it, if my lighting is correct. So that is your white. And the pictures on the website are really good. You'll be able to see them. This is space blue. Now the sets are all various prices because as you can see, there's such a price difference between the finishes of a lot of our Toho seed beads and bugles. So a lot of them have a slightly different finish. I mean, have a look at these seed beads, £4.10. So, trust me with expensive taste, it's the finish that you're paying for. But we do have a 10% discount code if you add in lace at your checkout. So here you've got the beautiful powder blue bugles. We've got a gorgeous, almost gold shimmer on those seed beads. Again, 2 sizes of your pearls and your beautiful smaller rondelles. They're in like a powder blue. I think they're really beautiful. This one, oh, this one isn't even on the website, Kitty. What one's this? Oh, Dragonfly, there it is. As the name would suggest, you've got that beautiful combination of your purples and your greens, and look at these bugles. The colour is just absolutely lovely. So Kitty is saying that depending on how far you want to take your necklaces, so just as I was talking about a moment ago, whether you do a smaller necklace or all the way around, you could actually get 6 necklaces out of these kits, which I think is phenomenal. 6 necklaces are going to give you amazing value for money. Let me bring this in. I'll try and get the light out of the way for you. So you've got Aqua. Aqua is this one here. So you've got a beautiful teal almost in there, and your Aqua. Champagne. Oh, that's very much a bit of me. You've got, I think that's the black diamond seed beads, is it? And then you've got a champagne and a bit more of a taupe colour in your pearls. The download, of course, is available on the website as well. So if you have the materials at home, £2.99. And as you can see, the price difference on some of them, of course, you are just paying for the difference in your finishes. But if you add in lace at checkout, you will get a 10% off code. Oh, whose birthday is it today? Happy birthday, Angela. Who did we have yesterday? There was a birthday yesterday as well. And do you know what? It's my dog Django's birthday today as well. It's absolutely ridiculous how we treat them like our little babies, but they are. But it's his birthday. When it was his first birthday, I've got pictures of it. I made him like a little, I put a hat on him. We made him a little cake that he could eat. Bless him. But he's busy working with John. I know that John will treat him to a steak for his dinner. So, okay, right, let's get going. I'm going to use the orchid. So I've got beautiful finishes here in the seed beads and the bugles. And I'm not actually going to need my pearls until later on, but I'm going to go for the what sort of colour is this? It's more of the green than the purple that we've got in here. And I'm also going to use my crystals. Now then, when you are making your earrings, it's exactly the same concept as the necklace, but it's a full circle rather than a half. So when we are creating our necklaces, as you can see, it's just a semicircle around embedding the pearls. With your earrings, we're going to do this full sort of wagon wheel pattern. So I've got my needle and thread ready to go. And then we are going to begin. We are going to need, is it 12 or 11? Let me bring up my sheet. You're going to need 12 of your bugles. Now, the technique is the same for the necklace and the earrings. Like I said, it's just half a little section. So I'm going to show you the earrings first of all, because if you can do those, it's more involved and it's more intricate, in which case if you can make the earrings, your necklace is going to be super simple. So we're going to pick up 2 of our bugle beads, adding in a seed bead, and I'm going to bring them down so that I've got a nice length of my thread. And I'm going to come back up through one of my bugles. I'm probably going to have to move all of these beads out of the way a little bit just so that I can focus in. There we go. And then I'm going to pull this through, and can you see that you've then got almost, you can see how it's going to come together already. Taking that tail, now your tension is important in these, taking that tail, wrapping it around your fingers, poising your work. I like to hold it on my index finger and my thumb. You can see my middle finger is pulling that nice and tightly, and then I'm going to be ready and positioned for my next lot. So I need to be able to go down through my bugle, and then it's just a continuous pattern, picking up a seed bead, picking up a bugle, and coming back down that bugle that you are exiting from. Just take care not to pierce your thread. Again, keeping that tension nice and tight, and I'm going to go through my seed bead, and then up through my bugle. And I'm going to keep on pulling my tension quite tight, just so that I get them all in perfect position. Now, of course, now I'm at the top of the bugle, whereas a moment ago I was exiting from the bottom. So this time I don't want my seed bead to go first. I want our bugle to go first. So a bugle and then a seed bead, and then back up through the bugle that I'm exiting from. So that is the only change in your pattern. It will depend on the bead that you are exiting from as to the next one that you will pick up. So now, of course, I'm going to go through the next bugle to position myself. Now that I'm exiting from the bottom and I am on that outer circle, I'm going to do my seed bead first. So seed bead and a bugle. And down through the same bugle that I am exiting from. Camille saying, what prezi did Curly give to Django? He gave him the gift of peace and quiet for the week. The gift of not being played with and annoyed. Yeah, John and Django are back at work until Friday. So bless them, they can have a week of peace without each other. I do actually think they miss each other when they're not together. But you wouldn't think it sometimes because they just wind each other up, stealing each other's toys. Okay, so we're exiting from the top, so we're going to go another bugle and another seed bead and then up through the base. So depending on which one you are exiting from, of course, it's just going to depend on the next bead that you pick up. And as you can see, we're going to start to create this circle. So it's 12 in all for your earrings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need 8 for your necklaces. So it would actually be a little bit wider than this. How many have I got here? 6, 7. Let me count these out. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's all I need for my earrings. And then I don't need to worry about counting them again. So we're going to create these little wheels, if you like, with the bugles. Then we're going to pop our pearls in, and with the earrings I'm actually going to embellish the outside with some crystals as well, just for that extra bit of bling. But you can see it comes together very quickly, just using a needle and thread, nice and easy. Catherine says, I'm a bit late to this, what needle do you use, please? This will be one of my size 10s. Possibly even a 12. It doesn't really matter what size of needle you go for, because we are using size 11 seed beads, and our thread path, we're only going to do a double thread. So it's going to be nice and simple and open. We're not going to need to go through too many times, so you don't really need to worry about having a super fine needle. You could even use something like an easy eye needle for this if you don't get on well with your beading needles. And each time you can see that I'm just keeping that tension. Sit that seed bead out there. Keeping that tension so that all of them sit really nicely next to each other. And can you see I'm not even having to position them themselves in a circle. They are doing it themselves because we've got the seed bead on the outside, which is giving us a wider circumference than the inside. So of course it is going to, are you going to show how to do the necklace, please? It's exactly the same. I won't show you it as a full tutorial today, but you do have the PDF download available on the website for £2.99 if you want the full pattern. But as you can see, it's the same concept. So once I've made the earrings, it's just half of the necklace. You're going to attach those together and have a beaded thread up on the far side. So I'm going to show you the earrings because I can do that in its entirety, beginning to end. And then it will be easy for you to see how to do the necklace at the end of it as well. So yeah, we've got the PDF available for £2.99. Full kits ranging from about £12 up to about 18, I think, was the most expensive one that I saw. But with the checkout code, if you go to your checkout and add in the discount code LACE, then you will get 10% off of your kits today as well. Aren't they generous? Thank you, Kitty and Simon. Okay, so I've got one more bugle to add in. And then we are done on the outside. Then we're going to add our pearl on the inside. I've got a lot of homework to do as I'm struggling with some of these patterns. Oh, Margaret, I hope you can go back and have a look at the videos. hoping that will help you. Kitty is going to do a question and answer on Friday. So if there is anything you're struggling with, send some pictures, let us know. And yes, your instructions will come with your kit. Yes, you don't need to get those in addition, that will come with. Yes, send us some pictures, anything that you are stuck with, let us know. Kitty is going to go through lots of different things on Friday. So it's going to be, sorry, I've got a really croaky voice this morning, so I have to keep on taking a sip of my drink. It's going to be led by you, really, with whatever you need some help with. So I'm on my last one. I'm going to pick up a seed bead and I'm going to come down my bugle bead. I haven't got my teeth in today. So you can see now that's closed up the complete circle. I'm going to come back up through that bugle because those two aren't attached on that inner edge. And now I've got my complete circle. So now we're going to add in our pearl. So I'm going to come through a seed bead, just next to my thread path, wherever I've been going. In fact, I'm going to keep on going around this way so that I can tighten up that tension a little bit. And then I'm going to come back down through the bugle as well. So I'm just working back over myself, back around, and now I'm exiting from the inside of my circle. Now I can pick up my pearl. I'm going to go straight across, diagonally all the way over. And that will go straight down to the bugle bead down at the base. And you'll see that that will now sit beautifully. Oh, sorry, camera wobble. That will now sit beautifully in the middle, but I want to straighten it up a little bit as well and go back up through. So I'm also going to go through my seed bead just to pull that tension tight and my thread up at the top. There we go. So now you can see that pearl bead is going to sit directly in the middle. It's going to be housed in between your bugle beads. Of course, with your necklaces, it's only going to be a semicircle around it. But here you've actually got the lovely finish ready now to attach our crystals around the outside. So I want to give it even a bit more bling. You could leave it as it is, that would be absolutely fine, but I'm going to add in some nice crystals. So around the outside, I'm going to go through a seed bead, pick up one of my crystals, and through the next seed bead. And can you see that it's going to fill that gap? What this will also do is include the colour of your pearl just into the outside of your make. Now with this outer circle, you don't want to pull your tension too tight. If you pull this really tightly, you're going to pucker the beads and you'll end up with, in fact, if I do it here, you might even be able to see, can you see how that's going to dome and pull it down? So you don't want this to be too tight. You want to keep that tension a little bit loose, no visible threads, but just working around on the outside. And then we'll be able to attach on our ear wire. Now you get the ear wires in the kits as well. And as Kitty said, depending on the sizes of necklaces that you make, I think the necklace will look nice with full circles too. Yeah, absolutely, it really would. You'll have plenty beads to be able to make it. Like Kitty was saying, depending on the length of the necklace that you want, you could get up to 6 necklaces from this. So if you wanted to sacrifice, obviously, some of those, you would be able to do this as well. And with your instructions, because it's going to give you the full pattern for your necklaces and your earrings, by all means, adapt that. Please share pictures once you've made them as well. I think it would look really gorgeous. I'd love to see what you all make. And it's so nice for Kitty to see as well, because obviously she designs the patterns, puts the kits together, and it's amazing to then see that your confidence is built with the pattern, with the instructions, using the materials, and then you can kind of go rogue and start designing your own, which is the whole purpose of us being here, to teach you some of these patterns. So that's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm exiting from one of my crystals. Not going to pull it too tightly, but you can see it's sitting nice and flat there. I'm going to exit from one of my crystals, ready to attach on my ear wire. Let's go for a silver one with this, I think. Oh yes, a bracelet would be lovely in the full circles. You could do the necklace in a half and then the bracelet in the full, because then that would sit really nice on your wrist as well. So when it comes to attaching on your ear wire, we're just going to basically create a little loop. So I'm going to add on one of my seed beads, one of my bugles, one of my crystals, like so, and then we're going to add on a few more seed beads so that we can come up and around the actual loop of the ear wire itself. Can you see? So they are just completely looped on. I'm going to pick up 5. We're going to come back down on ourselves. 1, 2, 3, then my ear wire, and then another 2. Bring that down. Sometimes your ear wire will behave and sit in the right place, other times not so much. Let's bring these down. Now I want the ear wire to sit in between my 3rd and 4th. So I'm just going to nudge that along until it does that. And then I'm going to come down my 1st seed bead. So that is the 5th, if you like. And pull this down. I'm just going to make sure before I tighten it up that I will have 2 seed beads on either side of my ear wire. Come on. Like so. Pull that down nice and tightly. And then I'm going to repeat the pattern from the other side. So I'm going to pick up one of my seed beads. No, actually, sorry, I'm going to come back down through my crystal. Because if I put in another one there, they will sit too closely to each other. I knew this ear wire was going to be a naughty one. Do you guys ever talk to your materials like I do? I hope so. I think you all know me well enough to know I'm pretty crazy. But I think we're pretty much all about the same. Okay, and then my bugle bead, and then a seed bead. And then we're going to go back through the crystal just next to the seed bead. So you're crossing up and over, back through the crystal. So I've got 1 crystal in the middle. That's going to give me a nice little arch up and over. So you can see how those bugle beads will sit beautifully just across there. And then we're ready to tie our threads off. So I like to tie my threads off with 1/2 hitch knots. You can see I'm just going to keep that tension nice and tight there. So I've pulled it nice and down. Abby says, I live on my own, so I talk to myself all the time. Yep, me too. Julie says, no, I just ordered my stash. Oh, I think you'll be really pleased with these. It would be nice in black and white. Yes, it would. It really would. Okay, so I'm going to come down through a few more of my beads. I'm going to just work away from my little stress point of the earring, if you like. Up at the top here is where we're going to have most of the tension and most of the strain. So I'm going to come away from that, just making sure that everything is all in the right position, which it is. We're good to go. So then just next to one of my crystals here, I'm going to take my needle underneath my thread path, pulling that through just to leave a little loop, crossing my needle up and over and through that circle. Just make sure that your tension is all good before you pull that tightly. No gaps in your beads. And then we're going to move away. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I think I'll go through just a couple more beads just to move away. And I'll do the same thing again. Underneath the thread path, so no beads, pulling it through to leave that little loop, crossing up and over, and then through that loop. Pulling that nice and tightly and just making sure that it is sitting in the right place of the beads that you've actually crossed over through, because sometimes those little beads like to jump in, want to be part of it, and then you can cut that off. So then again, as I always do, pulling my thread up, pushing down with my cutters, and that will give me a nice flush finish. And look at that. You've got your gorgeous earring, nice bit of sparkle. Sorry, I was just... Debbie says the best bit, I always wave back at you when you say goodbye. Thank you, Debbie. I love it. I love that you sit at home and you're waving at me. That makes me feel very special. I love that. Thanks, guys. I don't even know why I wave at you. I'm just as silly. So you've got your beautiful movement in here. Of course, adding those crystals is going to give you a really lovely finish, bit of extra sparkle, but you don't need to. You can, of course, add those crystals into your necklaces. So if you're going to go for slightly longer necklaces, Then you can add in your bugles, your seed beads and your crystals. You can create obviously your little halves. I can see that some of you are already thinking about extra designs you're going to do with bracelets and further necklaces. It's a super simple technique, but very effective. Just so that we are completely finished, I'm just going to trim off this thread. I don't really normally like threading on my needles live, but I'm feeling quite confident today. Had a couple of coffees, let's give it a go. Just so that I can show you how to finish off that other thread as well, and then we've made it in its entirety. Remember, you do get your full pattern and instructions with your kits. The kits are mass makes. And it's so simple to do. Oh, my little thread got caught up in here. I knew that was going to happen. Let me take this off. So my tail got caught up in my previous knot. You can see I had a little visible thread there. So I'm just going to take that out and now I'll thread it on. Am I in a monologue? Oh, you guys you crack me up. I absolutely love the interaction that we have here. Thank you so much for another amazing month. Can you believe we are nearly into August? Absolutely crazy. So what have we had? Like 17, no, so it must be 18 weeks of tutorials now. So that's the homework that Margaret was talking about. If you're stuck on any of your patterns, you've got so many videos to go back and have a look at. And hopefully we've given you guys the confidence to try new techniques, new patterns, given you some amazing bundles as well. I had a sneaky peek of the web in the night and found your chainmail book and it fell into my basket. Oh yes, we were going to add on, somebody was talking about that yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday. And Kitty was saying that she did have a few left. She was going to add the stock in. So I'm sorry, I can't remember who asked me about it yesterday. But Julie, it might even have been you. If it was somebody else, then that stock is on the website. Okay, so this is my tail. I've cut it from my spool and I'm just going to finish in exactly the same way. Under the beads, up and over, through that loop, pulling it tightly. And obviously going around the outer edges, also reinforcing it. And just neatening up any of that tension. If your tension isn't great, then that of course is a good final step to go for as well. And then I'm just going to finish off this one, and then I don't know, what could this be, about a 15-minute make? Not even. Less if you don't rub it on as much as I do. Beautiful pair of earrings, and no matter what necklaces you're making, maybe you've made necklaces in different techniques. I think this would be beautiful with one of your Russian spirals, where you've used bugle beads. Something like this is a nice, quick, but very obviously handmade earring. So it's actually a really beautiful addition to any jewellery sets if you are gifting or selling as well. So quick little reminder of everything that we've got on the website. Your beautiful sets. I'm going to take you through them because I think it's so much nicer. I could do with my little scoop. Where is my beading scoop? Not in my plier kit. Naughty scoop. Okay. Let me just nudge these out the way a little bit. Why is nothing ever where you need it to be, eh? So this is your sky blue, was it called? Let me get the website up. Space blue. So you've got the beautiful space blue. You can see that it's almost like a powder blue, really beautiful bugle. And your seed beads, 2 different colours of your pearls. Remember, you can get 10% off of these with the code LACE at checkout as well. That's your sky blue. You've then also got white, which I think is absolutely stunning. You know, if you've got any events, if you've got weddings, if you sell your bridal pieces, I think these would be absolutely beautiful, sort of that special occasion. And of course, we've got time now to be making things for them. I think everything's only just about waking up. I think you can have weddings now, can't you? Your seed beads and bugles are silver lined. You've got a beautiful taupe with the ivory pearl and your crystal in the Aurora Borealis. I think they are going to look beautiful. Dorothy says, yay, I just got my stop shielding letter. and she's ready for a party. Oh, that's amazing news. Well done. Congratulations for just completely riding this out, staying safe and making it through to the end as well. I'm sure it has not been easy. This is your dragonfly. So you've got the beautiful iris finish on your bugles and your seed beads. I think they are going to look absolutely stunning. And the great thing is having the different colour, the 2 strands of pearls in there as well, is that you can take your necklaces and your earrings down to completely different colour groups. This is your pink. I didn't get to show you this one at the beginning. Your pink has a beautiful fuchsia pearl, a baby pink, powder pink, and then you've got that pink, I can't remember what this crystal's called. Is it mermaid pink? Of your rondelles, and then your seed beads, beautiful lined seed bead and a matte finish bugle. So the 3 of those colours together are going to look beautiful. Gold. This one is for Christmas. Can see us all sitting around the Christmas table wearing these ones. They're going to be beautiful, super sparkly. A deep gold and a light gold, as well as your rondelle. And then, of course, your silver lined, which is going to give you the amazing sparkle. And then which one's this one? Is this an aqua? This is aqua because the one I was using is your orchid. Look at the teal in there. Teal, turquoise, beautiful AB crystal. You've got your lovely seed beads. Where have my bugle beads gone? I think I'm missing bugles from this one. Oh well, I'm sure they probably match your seed bead. And then, of course, my favourite, which was, oh no, your champagne I showed you, sorry. And then, yes, you've got the orchid, which is the one that I was using. But I've taken this one down. So we've got the beautiful purple, as well as the sort of aqua teal almost, your green rondelles, and then the gorgeous bugles and seed beads. So you can see it would look very different with a purple pearl in there, but the colour combination still works gorgeous. Beautifully. Okay, guys, that's it. So that is your beaded lace. Let me move back a bit because I get such a glare off at this window now. I've changed the study around so that I've permanently got a filming section set up, but it's now all of a sudden quite bright. So that's it for today, guys. Your beaded lace. Remember, you've got your £2.99 PDF pattern on the website. Full sets, Kitty was saying, depending on the size of the necklace, the length of the necklace that you make, you'll be able to get a maximum of 6 necklaces out of there. So if you want to sacrifice them, make slightly smaller ones. Can you show the champagne, please? Yeah, that was the one that I showed at the beginning, which is the sort of taupe with the crystal, with the grey crystal. Hopefully you can see it there. And then your lined, the sort of black gold finish on your seed beads and a matte champagne bugle. All of them, of course, will come with your clasps and with your earrings as well. Oh, Debbie's saying, love your wreath. Yes, thank you. That was my project yesterday. So I do the Forever Flowers with Craft Buddy. And so I was making some hydrangeas because I've had a little move around of my study. So that's my nice little, my pretty area that doesn't look like a bomb site like the rest of it. Oh dear. Natalie, Sarah, have you had a haircut? Dawn Wheeler did give me a little trim, but it looks shorter today because I've got my wild curls. I've got my lion's mane today. It just means I'm lazy and went to bed with wet hair. But it really bumps it up a bit. So it's still just as long as it was, but just a bit wilder. Thank you, Sarah. Great demo as always. I'll revisit my homework and see if I can get any right. Well done, Margaret. If not, and you're struggling with anything, let us know. Kitty's going to be doing her Q&A on Friday. So if there is anything that you would like her to cover, just send us some pictures, send us even like a little video, an email, message on Facebook. You can get in touch with us anyway and Kitty will do those. Denise says, are you the lady that was on Create and Craft? Yes, that would be me. So I was there quite a bit last week. I've got 4 shows on Create and Craft TV this week. So we have Totally Beads do their jewellery shows at least once a month. So that's on a Wednesday at 9 o'clock. That is the jewellery making hour. But here on Facebook, Kitty and I do 10 o'clock every day. So everyone's bracing themselves for the wave. So yes, you can see us on here 10 o'clock every morning. Tomorrow it's going to be me again. I'm going to be doing chainmail tomorrow, but with elasticated jump rings. Interesting. It's going to be very different. I'm going to keep it, I'm not even going to give you a sneak peek actually, I've got it here. But tune in tomorrow and I will show you. It's really fun. We're making stretch elastic chainmail. So we do have some beautiful elastic jump rings. So something very different. I know you guys love your chainmail, so we shall do that. Lots of you putting in your questions for Friday. Amazing. Me with chainmail tomorrow, elasticated chainmail. Wednesday is geometric shapes. And then Thursday you'll be back with Kitty Q&A on Friday. Nearly ready. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. I have such a laugh with you all. Really lovely way to start our week. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys. Love you all lots. Take care. Happy Monday. See you tomorrow.